All right, so a UML modeling diagram is not something we're going to spend a lot of time with here, but it's something I wanted to introduce because as you get further along in your computer science career, you're going to hear this word. There's a standard way of doing this is basically planning a class. So if it's minus, that means it's private, right? Plus means it's public. So this is universal, meaning it doesn't matter which language you're doing. This can be implemented in anything that supports objects and classes. So these are internal attributes. We have length and we have width with double. And we can implement this in any language. This is a constructor, right? Or you initialize it because it has the same name as the class. This has a default constructor, which just creates an empty object. We also have a constructor with parameters that will add the length and width at the same time. So I made this very simple, but this is not my full rectangle class. Let me stop my recording and find the right one. All right, let me back up. We're going to create a new UML diagram from scratch. We're in draw.io or apps.diagram.net or whatever name happens to come up. File, new, and there's all kinds of templates we have here. So what we want to do is we're going to go down to class diagram. There it is, UML. And this looks like, yeah, see I'm trying to find the right one. Oh, here it is. Well, I have to redo my directions since the last time that I was in there. Now, what the UML diagrams here give you is basically a starting template. What I did is, since I think I used this one, I used the first one in the UML diagrams, and I'll just call this circle. So I'll make a new one, saves it in my Google Drive. There we go. Now this is going to have a bunch of goop in it, but it gives us a template to build from. Goop meaning extra things we don't really need. And this is showing threads. So let me pause while I find the right one. All right, I found it. Go down to UML, and it's a 1, 2, 3. This guy where it says UML 1, which I'm assuming this is UML 2. Nope, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a higher level UML. So we go from here. I'm going to call it again circle because that's what I'm going to make as a circle UML diagram. Now, okay, we don't need all this junk. So I'm just going to click on things and delete it. We click on each box. This is way more than we need. All we need is this little guy up here because this has our basic stuff. So I'm going to ignore the rest of it. This is not going to be an interface. An interface is something we're probably not going to cover, but we'll say circle class. And I'm going to zoom in. You can delete the rest of it later. But this gives us our little thing all ready to go. So in a circle, what type of information would we have for our fields? What information do we want to store or retrieve in our class for a circle?
What radius?
Radius, yep.
Area.
And radius is going to be what type?
Or a double, yes.
Which would be float in Python, but probably what else did you said it, Landon?
Area.
Yep, we can store area in there. That'll be a double also. What else?
The circumference.
Let me back in there. There we go. That should be a double.
Yeah.
So that's stuff we can store in our class. And it has a plus in it. It's supposed to have a plus. These are private. So minus means that they're private. We don't want to expose, oops, there we go. We don't want to expose the properties directly to the program. we want to make them go through methods so we can do error checking and other things. So we use getters and setters. However, typically in a UML diagram, you start out with your constructors. So this constructor would be circle, right? And this would be what's called the default constructor, meaning nothing is passed to it. We create a blank. There, we create a blank sickle, okay, blank circle. So we create a circle object that has no radius, area, or circumference. Yet, we could also create a constructor that has parameters so we can add all that information at the same time. But do we want to add all that information at the same time?
No.
What would you think would be a good logical one to add in?
Just 30.
Yeah, because we can calculate everything else. So we would add radius, and the type would be, of course, double to match it. And am I putting that in the wrong place? Oh, no. No, that's right, because that's the constructor. Oh, yeah, I don't need that. And I really don't need a colon because how you do a constructor varies in different languages. Did I miss that? Oh, yes, that looks better to have a colon. Yep, there. Saving it. If I didn't hit the wrong button and I'm closing it. I'll be able to close it. Oh, good. Oh, I think I did. I was gonna do Control S and I think I hit the wrong one. Yeah, just lost my work. All right, well, we'll pretend that has the constructors because it doesn't have everything in there. So the other methods that we would have that would be public would be get radius. We'd also have set radius. Would we have set of the other things, do you think? Would we have set area and circumference and all that?
I mean, if you want to get really fancy with it, probably, but it's not necessary. I don't.
If we just want our class to calculate the other two based on radius, we wouldn't need it. But if we wanted to calculate based on, reverse area to what the radius would be, we might do that. Again, it's just how do you want your class? What's the purpose of the class? Quite often circle classes are you put in the radius, you get the other two values as calculations. So we may not need to do anything else other than that. We may need to set the radius, but we're certainly going to want to be able to get the area, get the circumference. We want to get whatever calculations that we've made out of it. And we're not going to use prints or anything like that to display things. We'll get stuff, and I don't have it in here, we'll do because it's different in every language, where we convert the properties into a string that we can then display. So in Python, that's the str. We'd override the str method. And then we can get a string representation of the radius, area, and circumference. And then we can put that into any display, like a Flask website, like NordNet, or we can put it into a GUI thing. We can put it into whatever we want. We have a generic class now that can be used in any type of Python, Java, C++, whatever language we want to use it in. We've planned it out and thought through it ahead of time. I just destroyed it somehow by going back or reverting or something, but you get the idea. So that's one of the things you'll run into as you go to higher level classes is this design. And it's also a good way to look at and think about, okay, what do I want my class to do before I start creating the class? Planning is always good. And what you can also do is you can export it. If I just click this, where is it at? File, export as PNG. Oh, you can also do a PDF. Oh, let's try PDF. So I can do selection only. And now I get a PDF that you can then import. Right? I can save it to my Google Drive, or I can save it to my device. It should allow me to save it on my computer. I hope. There. There's my little PDF. It could be, it doesn't matter what you do with it. Now you can submit it and people can look at it, and there you are. You have nice little documentation. Finding and also it's documentation. I'm not gonna have you do this stuff. I just wanted to introduce it, because you will see it. Later on in other classes.
Good for Java.
Excuse me?
This would be good for Java, because isn't it all class?